600 deaths, more or less. The Prime Minister has the virus. And life just doesn't seem to be very good right now. Well, this is day 4 of the lockdown. I stayed inside. The plan was to go outside, but I kind of changed my mind very quickly because of the news that came through in the morning of the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, having the virus. I have no love for the guy, I'm not really a deeply political person, if political at all, and he's probably going to be fine. He is leading the country, he is infected, and that is important. Now, throughout the day, I've been looking into things a little more. I was upset initially because he only had these minor symptoms, like a cough and a fever, and that allowed him to get tested very quickly, whereas the general public and even the NHS until recently weren't allowed to get tested until their symptoms were severe. And that's annoying. That's annoying. There is a logic to letting people with job roles that are essential or important to fight the virus to be the healthiest. Obviously, that makes sense. But still, I personally don't like that those of us who may have symptoms, we're not dying, but we are ill. We just won't know until we are nearing the end of our own lives, and that's annoying. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm not somebody to make theories or anything like that, but I think a lot of us is carrying the virus within us. I don't think I am, but I think a lot of people are. It's gonna fester and then explode, and it's not gonna be good for those people. And they won't know. They won't know until it's almost too late. And that is very unfortunate. And also, I don't have any sympathy for the guy because he more or less did it to himself. This wasn't like an accident where somebody forgot to, wash their hands, or, they just went outside and somebody got a little too close to them and they got it that way or something. Now, at the beginning of the month, this guy was talking about seeing those who were infected and going to the hospitals and shaking the hands of everybody. And he states that, even the patients themselves, he would shake hands with them. So he was willingly doing this, and he was just like, yeah, whatever, I shake my hands before. He didn't say he shook his hands after. I mean, he cleaned his hands after, but I assume that's what he was trying to say. So yeah, he just did it to himself. He was overconfident and silly, and he's part of the pandemic. I know there are people on sides here and there oh man, I hope you get better, Boris, and oh, screw you, Boris. You helped contribute to austerity and leading to the deaths of a lot of people. But yeah, it's pretty somber, right? And adding to the I don't want to say victims, the patients, I guess. We have the health secretary. I don't know his name off by heart. He's got it as well. And the health minister got it pretty early, before the lockdown, before social distancing was really, being pushed in our faces. So yeah, I think a lot of people, important people who have been around those key individuals will also get this virus. And there's a bit of not a fear, but think about it. The people who are telling us to, stay inside, the people who are, leading the country and giving all this advice on how to stay safe, apparently can't follow their own advice, I guess. And now they are ill. And I know there's all these plans in place. Obviously, governments have plans. That's just how they operate. But it would be funny if this wasn't such a serious situation. So I guess my day was mostly trying to keep up with news and things, keeping up with some research, and trying to figure out what to do from there. I am a little more panicked than I was yesterday. I'm trying not to let it get to me though, because once you start stressing too much, you will drive yourself insane, especially when, you know, you've been spending so long indoors as it is. I should have went outside today, honestly. I should have, you know, gotten some fresh air. I feel like I could do with some fresh air, but it's a bit late now. What did I spend the day doing? I was just playing games with a friend of mine. One of the boys I mentioned yesterday, he was, you know, doing a little stream thing with all his friends from home, and I guess I invaded that. But no, it was a good time. They seemed happy, voiced a few concerns about the whole situation, but it was good to just, you know, be social, I guess, especially with a friend. And you know, I think I've said before that, like, there aren't many people that I consider good, and that's how it has been throughout this whole university experience these past 3 years. Not a lot of people I can accurately say are reliable or trustworthy, but, you know, the boys and some other friends I've made along the way, mostly this year, have been very, very good. And meeting new people through this one friend of mine helps reinforce that a little more. So, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to make this a little more positive, rather than focusing on the number of cases rising a lot and deaths rising at like an exponential rate. You know, I don't understand how this could happen, honestly. It's crazy. In like a movie or something, it's either like instant, like, you know, like in a zombie movie, one day everything's fine and then suddenly, bam, it's not. And then other times it's more of like an eased in process, you know, it's more like a gradual sort of thing. And the UK's response was slow, in my opinion, but damn, man, the situation's just changed very, very quickly. It's always been changing quickly, and I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting this to be like an inconvenience at most, and, you know, life would mostly persist as normal, but I would just be looking at these walls a little more. But no, it's starting to spook me a little bit. Yeah. I really want to go outside. Just want to have a stroll, but it's way too dark now. I know nobody's going to be out there, but still, it's just a bad idea. What day is it tomorrow? It's Saturday tomorrow, right? I hope things are a little better tomorrow. I hope something happens, or nothing bad happens, I guess. You know, I just don't understand. I don't understand how people can be so afraid and so panicked, yet try and be so calm, yet some things are trying to persist as normal, when nothing about this is normal. And it's deeply concerning. Deeply concerning. There's an article about a woman who was bragging about not doing any of the social distancing stuff, and, you know, she's like, whatever. She wasn't panicked at all. And now she's got the virus, and now she's ill with a lot of symptoms. So, like, you know, there are people in these extremes not caring, and then others who are like literally buying all the toilet roll in, you know, supermarkets across the world. Man, I'm sorry. I know the first three have been a little more lighthearted and, you know, trying to keep myself up and positive, but staying inside all day and just tracking bad news is, well, it has been bad news for my health. Oh, gosh. Well, I think I'll end this one here. I don't think I'll let it in much. I think I spoke pretty well on the whole. But yeah, day 4, already looking good. Hasn't even been a week. Yeah. I miss you, Mom. And I hope I get to see you and the girls soon. Take care.